How do you think President Trump's leadership will play out in the Middle East over coming years? Unpredictable, I know, impossible to ascertain, but I'd be very interested in your thoughts.
Well, as I think it was Chu Enlai said about the French Revolution, it's too early to tell. I don't know. Trump, I think, has genuinely the warmest possible feelings for Israel, and its welfare, I think, is dear to his heart. But he's also a transactionalist, as we know. He believes that everything is a deal, a potential deal, and if he's controlling the deal, he can get the best deal. And he also seems to think that he can produce peace in the world. And I think this is a bit dangerous and unrealistic. Since coming to office, in fact, virtually on day one, he had a sort of galvanic effect on bad people in the Middle East and elsewhere, which was to the good. Now, the first thing he did wasn't good at all, in my view, which was the ceasefire deal that he imposed through his emissary, Mr. Witkoff, upon Netanyahu. He imposed it by threats. The threats were, withdrawal of support for other stuff that Netanyahu finds very important, particularly, I would suspect, not that I know, but the determination of Israel to finally draw the sting completely of Iran and destroy its nuclear weapons program, which is so frightening to Israel and provides a mortal threat to Israel with which it cannot live. And so the overriding requirement, I expect, in Netanyahu's mind is that America must support Israel in that endeavor, and nothing else matters as much.
Can I sorry to interrupt, but can I suggest that given Trump's record, which was much better than people realise in the Middle East in his first term, we can presume that it's highly likely that Trump will indeed back Israel on Iran?
I presume nothing. I've seen enough American perfidy never to trust any American president. And you have Mr. Trump, who is very, very sympathetic and had a hard line on Iran, sure. But he believes that A, he can do a deal, and I suspect he thinks he can do a deal with Iran. And B, he has said many times he wants to be the president who makes peace, who brings peace. He will not kind of have war on his patch. Now, I think this is unrealistic to think you can make a deal with this particular Iranian regime. So that gives me pause. So I don't know. I would not predict that he would step up to the plate in the way that is actually necessary. But to go back to the ceasefire deal, this is a terrible, terrible situation that Israel is in. It's an impossible situation because Hamas has been decimated in Gaza. We're led to believe there are just 2 battalions left, okay? But they have the Trump hand. I've used that word ill-advisedly. They have the whip hand because they have the hostages. And the Israelis can't get at them. I think some of these hostages, the Israelis have known where they are for quite some time, but can't get at them because they know that the situation in the tunnels or wherever they are is such that if they come anywhere near them, the hostages will be killed. Because the hostages were taken for one purpose only, to stop Israel winning the war. And the idea that, Hamas will say at any point, oh, yeah, okay, fine, the game's up. Yeah, I can see. Well, we fought a good fight, but now, okay, we're just going to sort of have to cut our losses and so have the hostages back. Absolutely unrealistic. They will kill them. I fear they will kill them anyway. If any of them is still alive. I mean, we don't know how many are still alive. And they're dying. We can see from the condition of the 3 hostages who were released a few days ago. I mean, recently, they were being starved to death. So this is a terrible situation because Israel can't move, and it has to get them back. But how is it going to get them back? If Israel goes to war again, they may well be killed. And there are people in Israel, unsurprisingly, the trauma of the hostages is off the scale in Israel. The idea of what these people are going through in the tunnels, wherever they're kept, is impossible for Israelis to endure. And so the pressure on Netanyahu to get the hostages back at any cost is enormous.